Modern technology sucks. Man, I just want to say modern technology actually sucks. Let me just say this here. Reasons being, number one, these phones are not like, when I mean modern technology sucks, I mean in the sense that it's more greed than the phone not doing what it should be doing. You get me? The phones do what they do. The technology is meant to do what it does, yeah? And it does it well. But for some odd reason, as soon as it reaches a certain stage, a certain update, or when it reaches a certain update, now it doesn't want to function the same no more. Samsung makes really good phones. Samsung actually makes really good electronics. Samsung is a really good brand. But for some odd reason, during the later years now, especially now in the earlier period of this modern technology era, they have been really cutting corners, if I do say so myself, you get me? Back in the day, I won't lie, I always wanted a Samsung. But for me personally, ever since I got myself a Huawei and stuff like that, currently I don't have that, but ever since I've been using it, in my late adolescent years, I don't want to go back. Huawei is a really good brand, and I fucks with Huawei heavily. Number one, the phone is really durable. Huawei makes really durable phones. You get me? Its iOS system and its components itself, or the way the phone is built itself, like its operating system, its UI system, etc., is really good. I actually like it. I would love to get a Huawei, but currently, it's not looking good. Alright, but back to the actual point when I mean it actually sucks here. Samsung makes really good phones. My Samsung did not make the cut. I'll be real with you. Samsung really, it's not just like Samsung alone, but there's other phone companies that also ass, especially iPhone. I don't get the appeal with iPhone. iPhone is ass. It's been a terrible phone, terrible brand. I don't get the hype behind it. The only good quality it has is a camera. Other than that, it's actually a terrible phone. From its operating system, to its mechanics, to the actual device itself. It's terrible. It's up there with Mobicel. And that says a lot. But anyway, back to it. Modern technology in itself does actually suck, because currently at the moment, using temporary solutions to record this, I'm using a Hisense Pro. From my recent experience using this phone so far, let me tell you, it has not been great. It has not been great. It's not been the Kyber experience I expected from an Android itself, especially a Hisense. My first time actually using a Hisense, and I have come to realize that this is not for me. I want my phone back. But my phone updated, and guess what? After updating, it stopped working. Can you believe that? It stopped working. Yeah, it actually stopped working. And that being said, with it being stopped working due to an update, it shows its flaw. Deeply so. Because what do you mean? The phone is actually relatively new. It's an A5 and A5. Or A25, sorry. A25. It's an A25, yeah. There's also a common problem, mind you. This is an actual common problem with most Samsungs lately, especially the A series Samsung. I'm not sure about the S series, but with the A series, A25 and stuff like that, and below, like the A5, the A05, etc., yeah, it's an actual common problem, which says a lot about its brand itself, especially with being Samsung. Samsung, not just being Samsung, but also being part of the Android circle. You get me? But the point, like, how can I put it? Yeah, it says a lot with its flaw, because this is a common issue, which entails that Samsung is cutting corners. That can't be Samsung. I expect this from an iPhone, a Mobicel, a Vodafone. I expect these from these companies that don't really specialize in mobile devices. But Samsung, I have been using Samsung majority of my life till I came across Huawei, and I fucking love it. But like Jenny speaking, I came across Samsung most of my life, yeah. And now to really learn that a brand that I had trusted in has a common issue when you update it to a later version of the recent update, it tends to stop operating, which makes it entail that's ass. That's terrible. And I just want to say, in the sense of modern technology also being like really sucky at the moment. It's just because of its greed, like I said earlier. It's greed, literally greed, because they make these devices. Let me tell you, back in the day, this Samsung device, these Android phones were super reliable because they lasted you for long years. You could have the same Samsung for 10 years straight, a whole decade, mind you, a whole decade with one version of Samsung that lasted till this day, which is very impressive in itself. But now lately, you're cutting corners and now making us want to buy new products. That's greedy. So you're basically forcing us to purchase a new phone, which itself is also expensive. Mind you, phones used to be relatively affordable. I guess maybe because it's earlier period and stuff, but they relatively used to be affordable. A lot of us could actually save up a bit of cash and buy a recently new phone, especially a Samsung phone. Wasn't that hard to get actually, well, my father, anyway, wasn't really that hard to get, yeah. But also, besides being like not really hard to get, it's also entailing that, okay, we now focusing more on the what's it called, quantity instead of the quality, which they used to be quality. And I know I'm always repeating, going back to Samsung, and I'm not talking about the more general perspective, but it's my experience, okay? This is recent to me. This isn't a recent. This doesn't want to do anything. I have to get it repaired, which is also expensive. I only have two options in life at the current moment: buy a new phone or get it fixed. And fixing is a lot more cheaper. Is it expensive? Yes, but fixing it is a lot more cheaper. But like the idea that this is a common problem, number one, it's a common issue with most phones. You know what I mean? Number two, me also using the Hisense phone, and I have come to realize that a rendering problem. You get me? This has a rendering problem, rendering issue. That's not with only this is not the only Hisense phone with the issue. It's many Hisense phones with this issue. Guess what? I did my own research. Wow. Anyway, I just want to get back to it. Now, number one is Hisense that I'm currently using right now. It's not really that bad. You can see the recording is a little nicer than with my Samsung, which is a plus on my part. But being said that, its rendering is an issue, which is why is the phone so like slow in a sense. You know, its rendering FPS is really slow. It's more like a 12 frames per second instead of being 60 frames. Why? Anyway, besides that, yes, the rendering issue, and it's its own iOS issue. Yes, its operating system is also a problem, because it restricts you a lot. And mind you, the RAM and the ROM and also the storage on this phone is also terrible, because if you reach a certain storage limit, like for example 2 gigs, if you tend to use 2 gigs or even more, this phone tends to actually slow down even further. And using like web browsers and stuff like that is also a little more difficult, because sometimes it'll actually what's the word I'm looking for? It will cut network basically, or like it will basically tend to tell you that the page don't want to work no more. But when I use it on my computer, it seems fine and everything. Then it just goes like, yeah, it's the phone's problem. The phone has an actual issue, and you have to maintain a certain storage level for the phone to continue functioning at least at a normal pace, but it's not actually functioning at a normal pace. It's really slow. It's also kind of frustrating, because that's also the thing. It also is a big setback, especially when it comes to like editing and things like this. This phone is super difficult to edit with. Recently I did try it with my previous video. That's why I didn't add any other things, because it's actually difficult. I can use my computer, but I don't want to do this whole process. I'm lazy. Boom. Ugh. Anyway, but like generally speaking, these are things when you really think about it, when you experience, when it comes to using a particular phone which actually served you pretty well, then come to this phone expecting the same service, then really get disappointed over time. I only had this phone like for 2 years now. 2 years, bro, and it's really giving me problems. Recently, especially this year, it gave me major issues. This phone is my livelihood. But anyway, besides like being my life, but like the phone itself, you expect a certain privileges and expectations. Get me, expectations quite high, and then for it to fail you, and now you have another device that you're currently using, but it's also really lag tasted, and now you really wonder, why are these phones, but not just phones, but technology itself, really more in a decline? We're supposed to be moving further with it, but it just seems relatively slower. A lot of things, for example, like a lot. You have to get newer things every time. It's not serving you on long purposes like a light bulb. Which why must we spend more and more on things? Why is it necessary for us to consume more when it's not relatively necessary? Promise you, we should not be buying all these things every 5 minutes. We should not get in a new phone every 5 months. Why are we getting a new phone every 5 months? A phone at least has to last us 5 years minimum. 5 years minimum. Personally, that's what I believe. I had my phone for 4 years. 4 years. Then I moved on to the Y7, which was another 4 years extra. Now deep that. That's how long a phone is supposed to last you. You know what I mean? But like now it's not lasting as long anymore. It's now really telling you, yeah, get a new one. No, I don't want to get a new one. I was not planning on getting a new one. Anyway, I just want to tell you that, yeah, I had a fantastic experience. You know what I mean with these new phones and stuff like that. It has been really a setback, honestly. Because like, besides me doing this whole video thing, yeah, it's also just kind of lazy because I've been missing a lot of calls. It's difficult for me to actually communicate with others because like it's a delay. You know what I mean? But anyway, besides that, it's been a setback and it's been really annoying too because now I'm actually really thinking about how am I gonna accomplish these things, yeah? When it shouldn't be that hard. And also, before I really let me get also to the nitty gritty. Besides like phones being a major issue, I also come to realize that our normal things that we use to on everyday purposes is also like mad because like number one, my Outlook or my email, you get me? It's just a complex problem that's unnecessary, aka I must spend money to use my fucking emails. I must have a subscription, mind you, there's a subscription for everything. Everything has a price. Like I said, modern technology is really greedy. And also besides that being a lot of things, I've come to realize that it's also unnecessary for really increasing all of these things when logically thinking about it. For example, if I make something and it's an application, I make an application. Why is the application a terabyte? Or I'm exaggerating, but like for example, why is the application 120 gigs? Why is the application 120 gigs? Okay, cool, 120 gigs. Now I must get space. Why does it tell me the requirements of certain things? I must have a Direct 12. I must have an Nvidia, whatever, GPU. Or for example, I have to have the latest model or DDR5 RAM. I'm just saying in the sense of all that I'm trying to sense of here. I really had a real experience with technology. I have studied computer engineering. Technology is my field. But for some reason, yeah, for somebody who has been studying this for a minute, yeah, this technology has taken a big piss with me. I just want to tell you, Lord, modern technology is actually in a decline. As though I know it has improved very much, but I think the lack of improvement is due to the AI propaganda. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, AI is the fault. I'm blaming AI, the white man, and Cyril for my problems. It's never my fault. I promise you, nothing in this life has ever been my fault. The only things that I can claim that is my fault is if I forgot to do the dishes, or I forgot to basically wake up. You get me? Like I missed something. You get me? Or getting late for work. That is my problem. But any other issue is never my problem. It has never been my fault. You get me? I have come to realize this is none of my fault. None of this is my fault. Okay, I'm not one to blame for these things. It's Cyril, AI, and white man. Okay? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just want to tell you, if you like the video, give me a like, yeah. If you fuck with me, which you probably do, you can subscribe, comment your thoughts. Are you also suffering from the same problem? Because it can't just be me. Honestly, it cannot just be me to actually think that modern technology is actually more on a decline, especially from phones and computers. In a sense, like it's like you have to buy the latest thing. Like whatever new comes out, you have to get it, because if you don't get it, you will suffer. you can barely use things like right now. I can barely use certain programs on my computer. Is my computer old? Yes, most definitely. But it shouldn't be a problem with its core, first and foremost. It shouldn't be a problem with its core. And there shouldn't be a problem with its RAM. It's relatively a Samsung RAM. I'm not gonna get into details about my computer specs. But it shouldn't be a problem. But anyway, I'm dragging it. Anyway, I just want to say enjoy the rest of your days. Don't spend money. Don't give these corporations the satisfaction of your misfortune. Fuck! Anyway.